Hi, my name is Esmeralda Lozano, and I am doing my speech on space sustainability research grand challenges. My major is mass communication, multimedia, investigative journalism. Going into this article, I wanted to kind of expand beyond journalism and what I'm used to. However, I it was brought to my attention after reading this article. I felt more empowered and I even related to it in a way as a journalism major, and we'll dive into that in a little bit. But let's dive into what I know so far. So, UNM is working with engineers, scientists. They are working towards exploring space in a way that is innovative and sustainable. UNM has not only done research here in New Mexico, but they have also expanded their research outside of New Mexico. So, what that means for New Mexico is if we have researchers from all around the United States, it can make this mission go a lot more smoothly and a lot more successful. The reason why I chose this article was because one of the first lines explained diversity. So let me just read that small little phrase for you guys. Our mission is to expand New Mexico's scientific, creative, economic horizons beyond Earth through university, commercial, and national lab collaboration. So they're mainly basing this mission off of diversity and wanting to gain different perspectives from all around the states, and especially at a university where there are lots of different students who thrive to expand beyond their majors, which is exactly why I wanted to do this article, was because this is space and science isn't necessarily what I am good at. I'm more good at the philosophical and writing aspect of things, so that's why I chose my major. So I kind of wanted to dive into the science part of things, and reading an article is what I do on a daily. So, yeah. There is something in this article called extracting resources, which is essentially finding resources from other planets to support their space missions, whereas where which the word terraforming comes from. Essentially, what terraforming is they want to make other planets habitable. For example, Mars is probably the closest planet that we have to us that's a little habitable, but they want to make it more habitable with this mission. Now, why is this important? It is interesting to see how much research and time goes into space. The challenge is important because it involves everyone at UNM and requires a lot of diversity completing this challenge. UNM is exploring an intersection of art and space, and they have a program students inspired by this challenge that lets them create work that represents the challenge like art, sculptures, phrases, etc. It helps other people with different academic backgrounds understand the challenge through visual art. So I don't know about many people, but for me, the way that I learn is through examples and visual learning. I'm a visual learner. So when the program offers something that's kind of hard to comprehend with art, it involves not only the community but also the students at UNM that want to learn more, and also, arts and science go hand in hand. I never really dove deep in the arts and science realm of things, but now that I've read this article, I definitely am going to. Um, as I said before, there's a lot that goes into space, and what I found most interesting about this article is the researchers at UNM are working with lab companies all over to ensure the sustainability of this challenge. As a journalism major, our main job is to evaluate ethical dilemma carefully through our powder box. So we evaluate our principles, we evaluate our values, and then we also add philosophical methods in there as well. And reading this article, I've come to learn that every profession has to take some sort of ethical course to ensure that they are going through everything very thoroughly and carefully. And this is exactly what the researchers here at UNM are trying to do by adding diversity into their mission. They dive into ethical and legal parts, which dives into philosophical questions, which is the big questions. They base their entire challenge off diversity and different perspectives that they need for this challenge, which is the main philosophical question considering science fiction. What science fiction is about, like extraterrestrial, if there's any life beyond Earth, and they take that into consideration. They listen to their consumers and their readers, and they're getting in touch with different experts from all over the states. This challenge could possibly mess up ecosystems outside of Earth, such as any extraterrestrial life, which is why they need to take extra measures to protect us, but not only us, but also life outside of Earth. I thought this was really interesting for researchers like them to take into consideration, because as a journalist, we have to analyze every single thing to make our ethical dilemma more ethical and less as a personal emotional issue, which is why I think philosophical methods are really important when it comes to cases like this, because if I were to apply any philosophical method, it would be the utilitarianism method. So that's where this comes into play. You must consider all possible outcomes for the greater good and carefully evaluate how this is going to benefit everyone, even outside life. So how is this going to benefit us? How is this mission going to benefit the university, the community, the economy, etc.? And how are we going to make other planets habitable if we don't know what's out there? If that makes sense. Overall, the SSRGC made me think about so much and gave me a different perspective about space and how we should all contribute. What makes this challenge so special is how inclusive they are. They make grand events at UNM to educate our community in wanting to learn more outside life, and are open about researchers and want everyone to share their ideas and thoughts and so much more. They are thinking about the big question, which a lot of people don't do. So the big question, such as like where we may fit in the cosmos. It's not just about science and technology, it goes much deeper than that. And raising a big question, like a philosophical question, can have everyone on their toes and everyone thinking and everyone wanting to pitch their ideas and share their ideas, which is why this project is so special and important, because it includes everyone, the university, the community, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. Bye-bye. Hi, my name is Esmeralda.